Over time, it has variously frustrated you and confused you as to why people keep pretending. Because you know that it's futile. If anything, it's a game of time. Nobody is really being fooled. Some maybe for a time, but this whole thing is pointless, and you see this. And sometimes you even see that the other person sees that you see, and yet they keep maintaining the deception. They keep pretending that things are not as you say that they are. And this could be as simple as someone being caught in a lie and then just leaning in, digging their heels in and saying, it doesn't matter that all of the proof is laid out in front of us. I do not admit that this is the case. I deny this. So you've been confused. Why would people do this? It makes no sense, especially in the long term. But over time, you would have come to understand the reason they do this, despite the apparent futility, is that this is the only tool that they possess. Usually, when it has gotten to this point, this is really all they have standing between them and disillusion of the bubble that they live within. It's almost like sometimes it occurs at a subconscious or unconscious level. It's not always that the person knows that they're being deceptive or knows that they're pretending. It's almost like some part of them knows that if they don't lean in desperately for this last stand, then the flood waters will be upon them. The gates will open, and everything that they have hidden and tried to conceal from themselves and everyone around them will be out in the open to see. And this is too confronting for many people's psyches. We have lived in a society and been brought up to mask the truth of who we are, to hide what we are, to put on a performance for others to such a degree that we end up putting on a performance to our very own selves. And even those of us who are awake are still having to undo layers and layers of this tendency, of this programming to perform. But those who have not done any of the work, their toolbox is nigh empty. All they have is repetition of a script. All they have is the hope that if they say it louder, if they say it more times, if they say it even in the face of reality showing them otherwise, that it might hold them a bit longer as it's held them all this time. So yes, you know better. You see the futility. You see the fact that this is just delaying the inevitable, making things harder for them and everyone. But for those people, they haven't come to that point yet. And indeed, this is all that they have standing between them and a great dissolution of all that they have found meaning in their life. Understanding this can help one to have compassion towards these people, to understand what's going on. Yes, you probably need to distance yourself, but at least you understand why. At least you can make sense and have some clarity out of what was before a confusion on this matter.